everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another MUT 19 video. Today we are going to go over the brand new content and the new solos that came out as part of the Path to the Draft promo. If you guys weren't aware, we got a bunch of new cards, late rounders, a brand new offensive hero, 99 overall Tom Brady, and we also got solos that give us a free 98 overall Path to the Draft late round hero card. So there are 6 cards to choose from, all 98 overall, and we're going to do the same thing we did Sunday with the first batch, the first rounders. We're going to rank them from 6 down to 1. You play solo challenges, you get a free card. I'm going to give you my opinions and thoughts on which card maybe you want to pick. So let's get on into the content. We're going to jump on over to Mutthead really quick here. This is all the content that came out today. So Tom Brady Master, we got 398 overalls. Rashad Jones, Grady Jarrett, Rick Wagner, and then there's a bunch of other, lower overall cards ranging from 96 all the way down to an 86. So there they are. Not going to spend too much time on them, but if you guys wanted to see that, you can always jump on over to mutthead.com. Now, if we take a look at the game in console, here is the late round master Tom Brady, again a 99 overall. Works the same way as Bruce Smith, Keyshawn Johnson, and Telvin Smith. You put the 398 overall cards in the set, you get them all back as Nat cards, and then also you get the 99 overall Tom Brady. But I think the bigger and better news that came out today is we get another free 98 overall. So I was a little skeptical this would happen, but props to the dev team and the MUT team for giving us this. I'm a little behind on these solos, so I have not played any of them. We knocked this out easily. We know as soon as they came out, we did them both the first half and the second half. So Wednesday they gave us half of these solos, and I just neglected to play them because I just did. But they gave us the other half, and if you finish all 31 of them, you see I got a lot of grinding to do now. As you can see on your screen, play to earn, choose from, and we got Richard Sherman, Delaney Walker, John Sullivan, Grady Jarrett, Rick Wagner, and Rashad Jones. So it's kind of the same idea with the solos. I showed you the majority of these in the video Wednesday. But if you play the second half, lots of different bonus opportunities to earn additional picks. And as I predicted in yesterday's video, I think that these picks are going to be used towards something bigger when the draft comes around. But if you make it all the way to solo number 31, once again, tons of bonus opportunities there, as you can see. And then once you complete that, you get the 98 overall fantasy pack to choose from one of those 6 players. So I obviously do not have the pack to open in this video, but we're still going to go ahead and rank them. I jumped on Mutthead this morning, looked at some of the stats, compared them to some people in the same position, and we formulated a plan here. It's not really a plan. I don't know why I said that. We formulated a list of cards, and we're ranking them from 6 to 1. Now, I do want to kind of give you my disclaimer here. You may disagree. You may agree with these rankings. I'm not sure. But I'm going to say all this. Compared to the first 6 that we got, first 6, I think the second batch around is way better and much more difficult to choose from. So I crossed out some of my notes here. I jumped back and forth on a couple of these. I still kind of almost disagree with my rankings. So these I'm still going to say are final, but you may disagree, and there's really no wrong choice out of all 6 of these cards. So the very first one, ranking in at number 6, and we'll have to go through the auction house to filter these, is Mr. Rashad Jones. Don't hate the card, don't love it. He really reminds me of Malcolm Jenkins' MVP card. Just comparing the stats, they're very strong in zone coverage, pretty decent in man coverage. Malcolm's got better man when you compare the two. 92 speed, I think, is kind of a little bit of the problem. He's a bit faster than Malcolm. He's top 10 in zone for all safeties. Decent man coverage at 89, 92 speed. The good thing is you can put sprinter on these cards even without a power-up, so you can at least get him to 94 speed. Where I really like this card is in the box. So if you're playing, like nickel over G or 3-3-5, it'd be good to move him as a safety or just down in the box in general, because he looks like he's going to be good at run stuffing as well. His tackle and his hit power, very good for a safety. Block shed, pretty solid, not the best, but pretty solid. I would, play him like I run a lot of nickel over G. I have Dawkins down kind of, at the line of scrimmage. I think this is where Rashad Jones would be best in nickel over G. I'm not going to get the card. Solid card, ranking in at number 6. Moving on to number 5, and I'm not going to lie, man. This card could be number 1. It's a pretty solid card. Grady Jarrett, 98 overall defensive tackle for the Falcons. He's great in a 4-3. He already has a limited card, and I also expect all of these guys who are 98s that didn't get a power-up, they will get one as of Sunday, but he's been deserving of a power-up, and it'll really benefit him because the only thing he really lacks is speed. 76 speed, not the greatest. You know, you see a lot of the top-tier defensive tackles in the 80s at this point, but number 5 in all defensive tackles, number 5 in tackle, number 1 in block shed. He's tied for number 1. He's top 12, I think I have written down here. Yes, he's 12th for finesse moves, number 2 in power moves. Again, this is amongst all defensive tackles. He's one of the best 4-3 defensive tackles in the game. No way around it. And I say this all the time when it comes to these non-auctionable cards. You typically want to allocate your coins towards the skill positions. Wide receiver, cornerback, halfback, tight end. You know, things like that. This is a guy in the trenches where this might be beneficial to take the free card because it's a position you might not want to spend your coins on and again, allocate those coins somewhere else. So I really like this card, even though I'm ranking him at number 5 of 6. Moving on to number 4. And it's funny because at one point I had this as number 2. And then the more I looked at it, the more I disagreed with my ranking there. And that's Delanie Walker. Again, not a bad card at all. Number 1 in run block for all tight ends minus out of position Munoz. We're not going to count that card because that's an out of position card. It's kind of glitchy. Number 12 in lead block. That's where he kind of fell down in my rankings. If you look at Shannon Sharpe is the number 1 lead block tight end, I believe, with 89 run block. This Delanie Walker has 90 run block, which is +1 better, but his lead block is so much further separated from Shannon Sharpe. He can't get lead the way Kim, which is really nice on Sharpe, especially if you want to run like halfback wham and not have to sacrifice taking him off the field. 89 speed, very, very solid. I think he's, you know, like top 10 in speed. You know, obviously Kittle and Vernon Davis are going to be guys that are faster. Very well-rounded, but, you know, the one thing that made me drop him in the rankings was Gronk. Gronk is faster, only -1 run block. He's taller. He's just a better catcher. And for the most part, and this excludes me and hopefully not the majority, but I think a lot of people got Gronk for free with house rules last week. So when you take a look at a need for the community as a tight end position, I don't think a lot of people probably need a tight end right now because most of you guys probably have Gronk. I could be wrong there. Maybe a lot of you guys don't. I don't, but I've faced that Gronk a lot of times over the last week or so. So I'm under the assumption that a lot of people got the Gronk card for free, and that's why Delanie kind of, you know, dropped in rankings for me. So moving on to number 3, and this is not a bad card at all either. I kind of flip-flop between him and Delanie at 3 and 4, but John Sullivan, not going to spend too much time. Tied for the best at his position with a 98 overall. The only other 98 overall center without any boosts and chems is Bruce Matthews, who just came out this past Saturday. I mean, lots of good stats. Can't really say too many bad things about this. For all centers in the game, he's number 1 in lead block, tied for number 1 with Bruce Matthews in run block, and number 5 in pass block. That's all I really got. Again, I said this with Grady Jarrett, and I'm going to say it with Rick Wagner when we get there. This is a position that's in the trenches, one that you don't want to spend a lot of coin on, so why not get the free card and spend no coin on that and still get a really good card? The other thing is that this is all speculation, but hopefully next week's house rules, whatever the terms are, that's fine. Hopefully the reward card is similar to this past week's, where if you get 10 wins, you get a fantasy pack with a 98 overall late round draft card. So these 6 cards I'm going over, hopefully we get one for free from the solos and another one free from house rules. Unlike last week's, or I should say this week's, a lot of people quick sold the second card because they only wanted, you know, 1 out of the 6 cards, and that was mostly Quentin Nelson. In this case, these cards are all really good. I could see the community wanting both of them, and hopefully that happens. Okay, number 2, again, flip-flop, and I think some people might disagree, some might agree. Gotta go with Richard Sherman. I know he's slow, but Sherman's cards always ball out. 92 speed, I don't think is going to be an issue. You have to throw Sprinter on him to make him a 94. I would recommend, if you can, to try to power him up. It's going to cost you a little bit, but try to get him 95 speed. I think he'll be great there. Number 2 zone of all cornerbacks, tied with, I believe, Deion Sanders. Number 10, man's not his strong suit, but if you put lockdown on him, I think that gets him to at least a 98 man. And then if you have the power up, that's 99 man, problem solved. No problems there. He's 6'3". If you can get him to 95 speed, he's tied number 1 with Deion for agility. Agility, I've said this before, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated stats for cornerbacks. So if you take a look at 97 press, you can get his play rec up there with Chems. 98 agility, 6'3". Give him some speed. He's going to get animations and make a lot of plays for you. And when you really run stride for stride at, say, a 95 speed corner versus a 99 wide receiver, it's going to take them 30-40 yards downfield to run past that cornerback. At that point, hopefully you've gotten some pressure on the quarterback, or your safety is going to give you some help over the top. So I don't think the speed is as big as an issue as some people might make it. And if you do process by elimination, number 1 is Rick Wagner. Whoa, wrong position there, Mike. There he is. Rick Wagner, load up for me here. And there he is. Best right tackle in the game, best at his position. Only 98 overall right tackle in the game. Number 2 of all tackles, or all right tackles, I should say, in run block. He has 96 run block, 96 run block power, 92 run block finesse. He's the best pass blocking right tackle in the game. 98 pass block, 99 pass block power, tongue twisters. Pass block finesse 97, awareness 99, 6'6", strength is good. It's just a solid card, and I'll say it for the 3rd time. This is a card you probably don't want to spend the majority of your coins on. He's a guy in the trenches. I think he's the best right tackle out there. I personally won't pick him up. I'm still undecided on who I'm going to get. I'm not going to get him because I have Lane Johnson, and Lane Johnson's all chemmed up for me. I'm still unsure who I'm going to go with, but we will be knocking out these solos, probably play them in between weekend league games on stream. Go follow my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/X Popular Stranger. That's all I got. That's my rankings. Let me know who you're going with, and let me know why you're picking who you're picking. I want to hear from you guys down below in the comment section. I'm Popular Stranger. That's my name, and I'm out. Peace.